The laws obtained by the Buddhas, which by infinite tactful powers they expound for all creatures, what they all entertain in their minds, all the ways they practice, how many kinds are their desires, and their former karmas, good and evil. The Buddha knows all these perfectly. With various reasonings and parables, terms, and tactful powers, he causes them all to rejoice. I have resolved to preach the great vehicle. I preach this sutra. There are sons and daughters of the Buddha whose minds are pure, who are gentle and clever-natured, and who, in innumerable Buddha regions, have walked the profound and mystic way. On behalf of these sons and daughters of the Buddha, I preach this great vehicle sutra, and I predict that such men and women as these in the world to come will accomplish the Buddha way. Through their deep-hearted mindfulness of the Buddha and observance of the pure commandments, these, hearing that they may become Buddhas, are filled throughout with great joy. The Buddha knows their mind and conduct, and therefore preaches to them the great vehicle. In the appearing of the Buddhas in the world, there is only the one vehicle law, neither a second nor a third, except for the tactful teachings of the Buddha. In the appearing of the Buddhas in the world, only this one is the real fact. The Buddha himself abides in the great vehicle in accordance with the law he has attained, enriched with powers of meditation and wisdom, and by it he saves all creatures. I, proving the supreme way, the great vehicle, the universal law, if I convert by a smaller vehicle even one human being, I shall fall into grudging, a thing that cannot be. If men and women turn in faith to the Buddha, the Tathagata will not deceive them, for he has no covetous and envious desires, and is free from all the sins of the laws. So the Buddha, in the universe, is the one being perfectly fearless, worshipped by countless multitudes. I preach the seal of reality. Of yore I made a vow, wishing to cause all creatures to rank equally without difference with me. According to the vow I made of old, now all has been perfectly fulfilled for converting all living beings and leading them to enter the Buddha way. Whenever I meet any creatures, I teach them all by the Buddha way. When a son or daughter of the Buddha has fulfilled his or her course, in a world to come he or she becomes a Buddha. All the world-honored ones expound the one vehicle way. Be free from doubts and perplexities. The Buddhas do not differ in their statements. There is one only and no second vehicle. All the future world-honored ones, infinite in their number, all these Tathagatas also, by tactful ways, preach the law. All of the Tathagatas, by infinite tactful ways, save all living creatures to enter the Buddha's faultless wisdom. Of those who hear the law, not one fails to become a Buddha. This is the original vow of the Buddhas. By the Buddha way which I walk, I desire universally to cause all creatures to attain the same way along with me. The Buddhas, the world-honored ones, know that nothing has an independent existence, and that Buddha seeds spring from a cause, so they reveal the one vehicle. The leaders proclaim it in tactful ways. The present Buddhas in the universe appear in the world for the relief of all creatures. They proclaim such a law as this. For the relief of all creatures, they promulgate the Buddha way, tactfully proclaim the laws which cause all to obtain gladness. My heart is stirred with great pity. The reason why the Tathagata appears is for preaching the Buddha wisdom. Now is the very time. Now I am glad and fearless. Frankly, put aside tactfulness. Only proclaim the supreme way. In the same fashion that the Buddhas past, present, and future preach the law, so also will I now proclaim the undivided law. Rarely may this law be heard, and those who are able to listen to this law, men and women such as these, are also rare. So he or she who, hearing the law, extols it joyfully and utters but one single word of it, has already paid homage to all the Buddhas in the three worlds. Such a one is exceedingly rare. This wonderful law is the mystery of all the Buddhas. Widely extol the one vehicle way. The law of the Buddhas is thus: by myriads of kodis of tactful ways, they proclaim the law as opportunity serves. But you already know the expedient tactful ways of the Buddhas, the leaders of the world. Have no further doubts. Rejoice greatly in your hearts, knowing that you will become Buddhas.